Hey guys, it's Tom here again with some more virtual yoga with my yoga assistant Pip and my other yoga assistant Gus. How you guys doing? Get a long walk over today. All right, go sit down. They don't even know their names, so they're not very well behaved. Anyway, we're gonna do some yoga sculpt today. So as you know, the way this workout is structured, we start with some yoga to warm ourselves up, kind of get those muscles flowing, get that blood moving. We're gonna move into a core sequence, and today is one of the class's favorites, Booty Blaster Thunder from Down Under. So a lot of glute work today. Before we get started into all that good stuff, let's get ourselves warmed up. I'm gonna talk you through an integration series, kind of working our breath. So get to your mats. In this sequence, we don't necessarily need a lot of weights until we get to the end of it, so have your weights handy. If you choose not to use any weights or outside resistance, it's no problem as well. So come to your mats in tabletop position, hands and knees. Check out your alignments, kind of get comfy. We're gonna move ourselves into child's pose. So take those knees at the outer edges of your mat, bring your big toes to touch behind, shift your hips back into your heels, and go ahead and maybe release your arms forward, extending them out, maybe releasing that forehead to your mat as well. So take a little moment to kind of take a big internal sigh, take an external sigh. Kind of feel yourself really grounded, feel the tactileness of your mat, maybe you're on a blanket as well. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start by taking a quick inventory of how we're feeling. I always like to start workouts that way. That way you kind of have a sense of where your body's beginning. You don't just throw yourself headlong into a workout without knowing exactly what's going on for you. So a lot of them have been taking time to get outside, to walk around a little bit, maybe ride your bikes or walk the dogs, take some hikes, etc. So we're working ourselves, but probably in different ways than we worked before. So you might want to take a moment to kind of assess your body, start at the top of your head, go all the way down to your toes, kind of identify spots that need maybe a little attention. They might be feeling a little bit of soreness, so maybe take a little extra time to warm them up. Now, having done that, we're going to begin creating a nice controlled breath, our Ujjayi pranayama. So in this breath, we're going to begin step one, seal your lips together, and begin some nice, gentle, full, rhythmic inhales and exhales through your nose. And as we like to do, we want to focus our mind on that breath, kind of feeling your lungs expand open, your back body move. Focusing your mind really gives your mind a place to rest. It starts to quiet down that monkey mind, especially these days when we don't know what's going on, so we're just kind of going a little crazy. At least that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to focus my breath right here, my mind linking with that breath, creating a little bit of a rhythm, a little bit of a pace for yourself. So settle in here, find that rhythm. Remember, this breath is a longer, deeper breath than your typical normal breathing technique, but you got to be sustainable, so make sure you find that balance. Once you've got that breath flow going, we're going to add that little controlling element. Constrict the muscles at the bottom of your throat. What that's going to do is create a little bit of a vibration, a little bit of a humming noise as you exhale. If you're a little unsure how to do that, maybe tilting your chin slightly towards your chest will do the trick. If you lose that little hum during the flow, don't worry about it. The inhale, the exhale is the most important. I oftentimes find myself realizing I've lost that constriction. So I just remember to bring it back when I'm able to. And again, that is our Ujjayi pranayama, that controlled breathing, also known as a warrior's breath. So what we're going to do in this class, especially in our warm-up, I'm always going to start you with the breath cue, that inhale or exhale. Breath is that important to creating a flow and bringing oxygen into our bodies, which gets distributed to our muscles via our blood flow. One of the reasons we typically work our yoga in a warmer environment, a room that's about 80 degrees or so, just for classic yoga. Hot yoga, of course, is much hotter, over 100 degrees, but that's a different protocol. What that heat does is it helps kind of get that blood flowing and moving nice and strong. So we'll do a breath cue, then we'll move into posture names, alignments to consider, maybe some options or variations for alignments, again, depending on how you're feeling today. So settling in, stretching those arms, opening our hips up nice and easy, nice and gently. Good. So I'm going to join you guys now on my mat. I'm going to get myself into tabletop. So you guys take an inhale, bring yourself back into tabletop position. Hands and knees on your mats. I want to make sure my alignments are really good, so my knees about hip distance apart, about the width of two fists. palms under my shoulders. I actually bring my hands a little closer into each other. For me, it feels like I'm getting more stability in my shoulders. Try it, see if you like it. If you like it, use it. If you don't, stay where it's comfortable for you. Let's do a little spinal undulation, a little cow and cat. So we're gonna exhale, round that back, drop your head, drop your tail. Inhale, release that belly, head's gonna lift up, tail's gonna lift up. Again, round that back on the exhale. Oh, feels kind of good. And then inhale, release it. Want to throw a bit of a hip roll in one direction, that's perfectly fine. Hip roll the other way, otherwise just keep going with your cows and your cats. And let's just do one more, rounding the neck on that exhale. Inhale, releasing, coming back to our neutral tabletop position. I'm sort of gently pushing myself away from the mat. So I'm not collapsing down, I'm really trying to keep nice and tall. I'm gonna curl my toes under, I'm gonna exhale into down dog. So I'm gonna press my hips up, shift them back, strongly pushing away from that mat. So this is my first down dog of the day. I took the dogs on a walk, but I need to get those hamstrings a little bit more opened up. So what I'm going to do is start gently walking my dog, bending one knee, then bending the other. And all the while, I'm letting the crown of my head reach towards my mat. Letting my head, using the weight of my head to stretch out those upper back muscles. And keeping your fingers wide really helps to dissipate that weight. You just don't dump it all into your wrists. Beautiful. Let's take a big deep breath in. Look up towards your hands, and as you exhale, just step yourself forward. We're going to go ahead and keep our feet hip distance apart. This is a forward fold. I keep my knees nice and soft. My head is hanging. I'm going to grab opposite elbows. This is that forward fold we like to call ragdoll. I'm not quite sure why it's called ragdoll, but it's called ragdoll nonetheless. At least it was in my teacher training, so I'm going to stick with that. Sometimes it's fun to walk both hands at the outside edge of one foot, and then again walk them back around the outside edge of the other. Oh, getting some movement going in that lower back. Sometimes I like to grab opposite elbows behind my knees. Beautiful. Go ahead and release your fingertips to the mat. Slowly toe heel your feet together. If today's a day you feel kind of wobbly, you might want to start your practice by keeping your feet apart. That provides a bigger base for you. Otherwise, our feet are together. We're going to inhale, slowly rise to standing. Now, as my shoulders come up, I'm going to kind of gently roll them back. I'm going to pack my shoulders, so I'm basically squeezing those shoulder blades together and dropping those shoulder blades down. And I'm going to inhale into mountain, arms overhead. So remember, in mountain or Tadasana, we're not trying to reach our shoulders up. They keep nice and relaxed. Beautiful. I want to do a nice supported back bend to begin with. So I'm going to take my palms of my hands, put it on my lower back. Dial those elbows behind me, creating little grasshopper legs. As I inhale, I'm going to lift my chin up. Now, first, I'm going to press my hips forward, and then as I exhale, drop into that back bend. Beautiful. Slowly inhale, rise back up. Let's bring arms back up overhead into our mountain. Bring your palms together, soften your knees slightly. Exhale, release, hinging at your waist, back into that forward fold. Go ahead and bend those knees nice and deep. Plant your left hand on your mat right above your toes. With your knees bent, we're going to inhale that right arm up. Once you get the twist, you might then decide to straighten that right knee. And if you'd like, you can drop that right arm into a bind. Really keep that shoulder rotated open. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and exhale, bring that right hand back down. Both knees, again, are nice and deep and bent. Planting that right hand, good foundation. Again, knees bent, inhale, left arm up. And I straighten my leg on the first side, so I'm going to do it on the second. I also dropped that little half a bind, so I'm going to do it on the second side as well. Beautiful. Slowly exhale. Bring that left hand back down. On my next inhale, I'm going to rise to my halfway rise, flat back, shifting forward. This is called Ardha Uttanasana. In this posture, I don't want to be shifted back into my heels. I want to be shifted in the balls of my toes, even my toes gripping my mat. Sometimes I like to take my fingertips and plant them here. Gives me a little bit of extra foundational support. Some people actually rise up, maybe plant their hands on their shins, at their knees, on their thighs. All those are perfectly fine. Plant your hands flat, bend those knees, step yourself back into plank. Again, in my plank, I'm doing a lot of plank in our core today, so I want to make sure I've really got my plank nailed down. I'm really going to be pushing away from the mat. Now I'm going to roll against the balls of my feet, getting my legs a little bit more active. I'm going to slowly inhale, shifting myself forward. Now as I exhale, I'm going to only lower about halfway down to my mat, flip onto the tops of my toes, and inhale into up dog. So again, pushing away strongly. If your neck doesn't feel too comfortable today, maybe just looking forward, maybe gazing up, your choice. Good, let's curl those toes under. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. And again, as we work our first round of sun salutations, these Sunya Namaskars, I'm going to keep those legs moving, stretching them out, pushing away from that mat, creating a little triangle shape with our body, upside down letter V. Inhale, look up towards the top of the mat. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to rise to our mountain Tadasana. Let's go ahead and open those arms wide. Lift that chest up. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, drop into a back bend. Inhale, rise back to mountain. Palms together. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And plant your hands and step back into your plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, you might find that you're getting those heels down to your mats, but you're really getting a little bit of too much pain in those calves, the gastrocnemius. So maybe bend those knees, maybe bend both those knees, rise from the balls of your toes. Give your muscles some time to get stretched and fluid. Deep breath in, look up towards the top of the mat. Exhale, step hop, float yourself up forward. Inhaling to our halfway lift. Exhaling back to forward fold. Inhale, rising again into our mountain. Classic back bend this time. Bring your palms together. Interlace your fingers, release those index fingers. Inhale, lift that chin up. Exhale, back bend. Good. Inhale, rise back up to standing. Palms already together, so let's just exhale. Hands come right through heart center. Back into that forward fold, nice and easy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Step, hop, or thrust back to plank. Now listen up, guys. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, I'm continuing to move those legs around, stretching it out. Beautiful. Big, full, deep breath in. Look up towards your hands. Exhale, step, hop, float it up forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees, and as I inhale, sweep my arms by my side, sitting into chair Utkatasana. In this posture, I want my weight to be centered back. I want to actually see my toes, and if I can't lift my toes up, and I can't see my toes, two corrections. Shift hips back more, or maybe just rise gently up out of that posture. Give yourself a bit of a break. Now from here, let's exhale, sweep those arms back like airplane wings, kind of open those shoulders up. And then inhale back into our mountain Tadasana. Arms wide, inhale, lift that chin up. Exhale, back bend. Nice, inhale back to mountain. Palms together, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant those hands, step yourself back to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. All right, let's inhale that right leg high. And then as you exhale, bring that foot through, plant it between your palms to a deep low lunge. Now on my inhale, I'm going to bring my right arm up, getting myself low hips and a good deep twist, nicely supported here. Exhale, bring that right hand back down. Now on my inhale, I'm going to rise to warrior two. So I'm going to start by taking my back foot and I'm going to spin it so that the edge of my foot is parallel to the edge of my mat. So I'm going to rise back up, keep my front knee nice and deep. If I find that my knee is pushing too far forward, I'm going to maybe lengthen my stance a little bit. Beautiful. Shoulders relaxed, looking forward. Exhale, reaching forward, moving into extended side angle. Now, as we transition, go nice and slow. we're going to inhale, reversing our warrior. So in this transition, if I get too much momentum, I'm going to be really wobbly. So I'm going to go really deliberately slow, reaching that right arm up, keeping that front knee nice and deep and bent, maybe throwing a bit of a half bind in here, looking up towards the sky, getting a good stretch in my side body. And I'm going to exhale, cartwheel those hands back to my mat, step my front foot back into plank, inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower halfway down, inhale, up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, boom, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Again, inhaling that left arm up, getting a good twist here. Oh. We can get a deeper twist because we're fully supported. We're using that right arm to help us stabilize. And then exhale, bring that left hand back down to your mat. And on my inhale again, I'm going to move into warrior two. So I'm going to take that back foot. I'm going to pivot so that the edge of my foot is parallel to the back edge of my mat, rising on up. And again, if I find that I need a wider stance, I'm going to adjust things sort of, thank you, Gus, and looking forward. You're a nuthead. You're a nutty head. Yeah, you're a nutty head. Exhale, reach forward, moving into extended side angle. And then again, inhale, go slow on the transition, rising up, bringing that left arm up, reaching behind, maybe throwing that half bind in. Beautiful. Exhale, cartwheel those hands back to your mat. Step that foot back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a big breath, look up towards your hands. As you exhale, step, hop, float yourself up forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, we're going to rise to mountain Tadasana. And from here, we're going to exhale, sitting into chair. Again, shifting back. Exhale, sweep those arms back like airplane wings. Inhale, arms back up overhead, palms together. Exhale, release back into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step yourself back into your plank. Listen up, guys. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down dog. Right, we can get a little bit of flow going for ourselves. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale to low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up, reverse the warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back into your plank. Inhale, shift forward. Listen up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up, reverse the warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Steps back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time around, guys. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up nice and slow in the transition. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is it. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, again, rising to our warrior two. Exhale, reach it forward. Extended side angle. Inhale, slow and steady into reverse warrior. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Walk your dog out, move those legs around, take a deep breath. Look up towards the top of your mat. Exhale, step it forward. You guys go have a seat on your mat. I'm gonna check out for a couple seconds, move some cords around, and we'll get back into our flow.